But our top story is coming on the very latest of Israel's Lebanon ground offensive that started this morning. Israel has struck Beirut's residential buildings in the last few hours. Hezbollah claims it's launched a missile towards Tel Aviv, and the US has warned of an imminent Iran missile strike in Israel. Israel remains on high alert after the US-Iran warning. So lots happening on the ground there. The ground offensive that Israel has taken clearly has kept everyone on tenterhooks at the moment. Joining me now, Kafar Qasim joins me from Israel. Also on the ground first in Beirut is Ashraf, our correspondent there. Ashraf, tell us what you are seeing around you at the moment. It's evening time in Beirut. Have the bombing stopped or are they continuing at the moment?
Rajdeep, still the bombing from the Israel continues. In fact, just 2 hours back, there was a massive strike in the suburb of Beirut, where the Hezbollah headquarters was targeted on Friday. Almost 8 missile strikes had been carried since the Friday blast in the Hezbollah headquarters in the suburb. Not only that, but even yesterday, the Beirut Central was also targeted, where IDF claimed that they have killed 3 political leaders of Palestinian faction in that strike. Now we are also getting reports from the southern parts of the Lebanon and Bekaa Valley that the airstrikes as well as the mortar shelling from the IDF continues on 8th consecutive day today. And also there is some kind of a response from Hezbollah. Hezbollah has launched a new operation, Labek Ya Nasrullah, means in English, we are here, Nasrullah. That is a new operation which has been launched by Hezbollah today, targeting the Mossad headquarters, what it claimed in Tel Aviv and as well as in the Jerusalem. So a very tense situation all across the Middle East, particularly when there is input from the security agencies of United States that probably within some hours, Iran may carry a strong missile strike on Israel.
Right. Well, those are very, as you said, extremely concerning, as you said, that these missile strikes now on both sides. Hezbollah also claiming it has targeted the Mossad headquarters in Tel Aviv. Israel continuing the bombing of southern Lebanon and that ground offensive. We'll, of course, keep coming back to you, Ashraf, for more details. Stay safe. Remember, it's been 12 days now since Hezbollah members' pagers exploded across Lebanon that first triggered this escalation in the war in the Middle East. Today, Israel kicked off what they are calling a limited ground invasion in Lebanon. Hezbollah claims it's begun its own Operation Revenge to avenge the killing of their chief, Nasrullah. Now an Iranian missile strike on Israel could well be looming. Could Iran enter this war directly? And what would that mean? Take a look.
Major escalation in the Israel-Hezbollah war. Israel on Tuesday launched its ground offensive in Lebanon through limited tactical foray to destroy Hezbollah bases and strongholds. Israeli forces crossed into Lebanon, marking a significant escalation in an offensive against the Hezbollah. After eliminating the militia's entire command structure and leadership, Israel struck Hezbollah's missile launchers near the Beirut airport, opening a new front in the year-long war against the Iranian proxy. Dramatic pictures showed a barrage of rockets and bombs lighting up the night sky in Lebanon as Israel continued its aerial strikes. Israeli warplanes bombed Al-Sirat, a pro-Hezbollah TV channel in Beirut's southern suburb, marking the first targeting of Lebanese media institution. The invasion followed weeks of heavy attacks by Israel against the Hezbollah, including an airstrike that killed the Hezbollah chief Hassan Nasrallah. The Israeli forces asserted they will not let October 7 genocide be repeated on any of its borders.
We will not let 7th of October happen again on any one of our borders. We will continue doing whatever necessary so that Israeli families can return to their homes in safety and security.
But just as Israel amped up its offensive, Hezbollah retaliated with a rocket barrage against Tel Aviv, declaring Operation Labaika ya Nasrallah, meaning Nasrallah, we are here in Arabic. Amid soaring tensions, Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and batted for peace, stating it's crucial to prevent any escalation. With Israel upping the ante against Hezbollah, fears mount that the escalation could plunge the entire West Asian region into an all-out war. With Ashraf Vani in Beirut, Lebanon, Bureau Report, India Today.
And let me get a view from Israel, from the Israeli Defense Force now. Brigadier General Yossi Kuperwasser joins us, former Chief Research Division, IDF. Appreciate your joining us, General. What's your assessment at the moment of Israel's limited ground operation into Lebanon? Can it remain limited? And what does limited mean, sir?
Well, the limited ground operation of Israel into Lebanon is meant to take care of the infrastructure that Hezbollah has prepared along the border in order to make it possible for the terror group to launch an invasion of Israel north, as they call it, taking over of the Galilee. And they have prepared a lot of hideouts and tunnels and all kinds of infrastructure that would enable them to carry out these terror attacks. And the purpose of the attack, the Israeli invasion, is to make sure that we destroy all this infrastructure.
But, you know, Israel...
The wider goal is to, by doing that, is to allow the population of the northern communities along the border with Lebanon, the Israeli communities, to come back to their homes safely.
But General, Israel has entered Lebanon before 2006, the last time, and it was not very successful, certainly not successful in finishing the Hezbollah. If anything, the Hezbollah appeared to get even more empowered after that last ground invasion. What's different this time?
No, we don't believe that this is going to finish Hezbollah. We just want to uproot the infrastructure they have built along the border. That's that is the purpose of this operation. At the same time, we are exerting a big effort in trying to degrade Hezbollah's capabilities, both its leadership and its lower-level operatives, and its cache of arms and storage of arsenal of arms all over Lebanon, in Beirut, in the Bekaa Valley, in the south, in other places, so that it will be less capable of fighting against us. We made considerable progress in that. We eliminated the leaders of Hezbollah, but still Hezbollah is a big organization, and they are still able to operate against Israel and launch rockets and carry out operations, terror operations against Israel.
But the reason I'm asking you this, sir, is in the past, Israel has been bogged down for years as an occupying force at times in Lebanon. Is there a risk of that happening this time? Could Israel simply go in, as you say, have limited operations and come out?
Well, everything can happen, but this is not the purpose. This is not the idea. The idea is, for the time being, is to enter Lebanon, take care of the infrastructure of Hezbollah in a limited operation from this point of view of size and duration, and go back to Israeli territory. That's the purpose of this operation. In the future, if there's a necessity to enter Lebanon and to stay there for a longer period of time before we can reach some sort of arrangement that guarantees the safety of the Israeli population along the border, then we might enter for a longer period. But this is not the purpose of this limited operation.
General, the real fear, of course, is the real threat of Iran, Brigadier General, getting involved in this war. We're already being told there are reports of missile strikes possibly from Iran that could happen in the next 24 hours. Is there a real threat you see of Iran now getting directly involved in this war?
Yes, unfortunately, the Iranians feel obliged to intervene, and they take a lot of risks here, but they are risking us too. This is another expression of how dangerous this regime in Iran is. Last time they launched 350 projectiles in our direction. This was back in April. And now, I don't know what they're planning exactly, but they're planning to do something similar. They were trying to do something more sophisticated, but they failed. So now they are again using brute force against us. And I hope the results are going to be at least as good as they were in April. But you never know what's going to happen. So we have to be prepared and on full alert to face this Iranian attack that is imminent.
If I may ask you, what really then, General, is Israel's end game? The escalation seems inevitable. What really can be done for a de-escalation? What will it require to de-escalate what we are seeing happening in the last few days?
Well, I think what needs to be achieved is that for Iran and its axis of evil in the Middle East to understand that they cannot win a war against Israel, and the price they are paying for that is very heavy. And that's why they should rather stop trying to launch wars against Israel. And I hope this will be achievable with the release of our 101 hostages still in captivity in Gaza, and that the regime in Gaza would be replaced from a regime governed by the Hamas terror organization to a regime that would be characterized by peace-loving people that really care about their well-being and not about destroying Israel. That is the end game that we are looking for.
Okay. General Kopamasa, for joining me there from Tel Aviv, I appreciate you joining me there here on the news today. Thank you so much.